Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jewel. Here's the final reveal of the Valentine's Day craft with me process video that we did. So this would be part 4, which is I finished up after I did the video yesterday on completing the loaded folder, the loaded file folder, and then the offcut we made into a journal. So let's get right into it. I ended up, because I had so much ephemera, doing a large pocket on the back, and you can see I did that little embellishing here and layered up my cardstock because I had this beautiful piece of cardstock left from a cutoff. So let's start with the front, and I'll show you what's in the cute pocket. Let's take everything out because I just wanted to show you how much I was able to get in this cute, and I hadn't tucked this journal. The whole idea was to tuck the journal in here. Well, we can still do it, but it's kind of chunky. That's, I lightly embellished the journal, but after I put the ephemera and the tags in it, it got too thick. So let's start with the front. We have a pocket here. I did a little embellishing here. We done that yesterday. And then I added a wood chip heart here that I just came in with. It was a regular wood color. I came in with a Copic marker. We had added this pocket, and I'd done this vintage True Valentine from my 2014 or 2017 February 1917 magazine that I had, and we had put that on there and done this little create at the top. So in the front pockets, we did this wax seal together of this folded, the table of contents of the St. Nicholas magazine. So I had tucked that back in here in the big tuck. And then I have this cute little postcard with a vintage Valentine here, and this little postcard with a vintage Valentine. And I just put those back to back like this so you could see one when we flipped, since I did the back pocket. And that's what's in the big tuck. I mean, there's room for more, but then I had filled this little treat sack bag where we did this yesterday, where I showed you, how to do this little flap, and I had made this pocket out of vellum, and in it I put this piece of ephemera. Well, actually, it's like a replication of a vintage Valentine, and I folded that, and then this little piece of ephemera. And then this beautiful front page that I photocopied of my St. Nicholas magazine. Well, it's February 1916, sorry, not 1917. And this was the front image, and I just folded it so you would have all this journaling spot here. And that's just tucked in this cute little bag. So let's put this all back together. And then I have that little Tim Holtz clip on the top. And here we go. Let me just pop this little Tim Holtz clip in there. And that was tucked in here. And I believe behind that I had, no, this was up here. This cute little vintage Valentine. I want to be your pet Valentine, it says. And then there's room on the back for that. So it's like a Valentine tag, or journaling tag there. And that's tucked in behind in this little pocket. I think I have it tucked down in there. Then this cute little piece of ephemera, Be My Tweetheart, which I had folded and inked. Then I did in here, and I'm not going to unseal it. I showed you how we did these. I stuffed the envelopes full of ephemera, and then I put a little seal on it, seal sticker. So that, I believe I had popped right, no, that was down here, I think. It doesn't really matter. Actually, I think that was in here. Then I made this cute little tag. We had backed it on the coffee dyed paper yesterday. Then I added a metal heart grommet and did some lace and a little ball pin with a button and sequin and another little bead, seed bead there. And I sewed around this. So there's another journaling tag. So I'm just going to tuck that right in there. Actually, yeah. We'll just put that right there. And then we had made this little tag yesterday together. So that is in this pocket. And I'll just plop that in there. So there's the front of the file folder all loaded up with lots of writing room and lots of great places to journal. And then in the back pocket, I had made this cute little tag, very similar to the front tag, where I did the heart, a heart eyelet rather. And we've got a couple seed beads and a red button on a ball pin on this pretty lace. Then I did this postcard, Be My Valentine, which has been backed on coffee dyed paper. Then this little postcard that's in there, and then this bookmark that we had cut out, or we had put on the coffee dyed paper yesterday, and then I went and sewed around it. And it's just the typewriter, like the typewriter, you know, the typewriter cardstock here with the old typewriter keys. So that's what's in the back pocket. So this is pretty loaded up with a lot of cuties, a lot of cute fun to journal on, and I think I did that there. And so there's the folder. And if you missed the first part of the series, you might want to go back and see it and how we constructed this, and go and make one of your own out of just a plain vanilla file folder, cardstock, and some ephemera and other items that I pulled off of the Graphics Fairy and also pulled out of my St. Nicholas magazine. Let's see if I have that magazine around me in case you missed. Here it is. Here's the magazine, February 1916, and it's just delightful. I have several of these, but this happened to be February with the, for Valentine's Day. Okay, now the little journal we made has one signature, and I came in with a doily and a piece of trim here, burlap, a red burlap, yeah. No, not burlap. Yeah, is that burlap? I think that's burlap. And that cute vintage Valentine. I did a little a little bow rather, and a little clip there on the top of that. Then I have this pretty yarn tie through two of these heart eyelets. And let's just open this little guy up, and this yarn is super, super soft. So, and in here in the front cover, let's see if you can see that, we had folded this, we had constructed this together. This is just a fold out journaling spot. We belong together today. Let's be Valentines, dear. Look how cute that is, the little boy and girl. So there's plenty of journaling space there, and that's just tucked in this front pocket. We have just some sweet Valentine's Day paper there. Then I made a tiny little tuck here out of these tickets, Valentine's Day tickets, or stamps rather. and tucked this little piece of ephemera in there. My heart too, from My Heart Loves You. This kind of reminds me of the candy boxes, the front of the candy boxes with those chalky hearts. I used to eat them when I was a kid. They really were quite chalky, but sweet, you know. A king, or if I were a king, you'd be my queen, Valentine. Look at that, the king of, you know, the lions. And then this cute piece of ephemera here for journaling. Have a doily here, part of the a postcard here. And then I just clipped with a Tim Holtz clip on the end of this paper. Because I didn't do a lot of embellishing here because it's such a small journal, so I just kind of clip things in and out. And this is an envelope that you can either put together or just leave as is and journal on it. So I just clipped that over because I thought that was a cute little envelope. We have heart doily here, some of that French love letter paper, the children's book page here, some vintage graph. I did a little trim here, cotton crocheted trim in the craft bag here. And in it, I just tucked this little piece of ephemera, so there's plenty of room. Everything has been inked. It's all distressed and ready to go. And in the back, I made a little pocket here, and in there is this cute little My Love Has Blossomed for You vintage Valentine. Then I've got some washi for interest up here, some vintage looking washi tape. That's tea-dyed paper. Some more of that French love letter. So you see there's a lot of room to write, and you can embellish these pages further. You know, I'm going to pop this into my Etsy shop for just a little Valentine's Day. It'll be the only one I really have in there. I have some cards to put in there, but I just haven't had the time to put them in. So there's that French old vintage book page. This I just did a little collage here. It says 1916. Out of the, literally I just copied this and just tore out the 1916. Then we had yesterday put this this little vellum bag that I made out of music note printed on vellum, and I made a tuck here, and in the pocket here are three of these little, made like a little journaling tag out of three of these little stamped images. So then we also have this, and this is another one of these toppers, treat bag toppers, but I thought it would just be cute just for a journaling spot, like a little journaling tag. This is the inside of the signature, and you can see I put some red bling at the bottom. There's not a lot in here, but I wanted to add a little bit. And then this is a little pink heart on the thread, and another one, and this is waxed thread here. And this is Hello, Be My Valentine. So we have that tucked in there, and there is room to tuck more. I did two over here. This little Valentine's Day with the bear. You keep me off balance, it says on Valentine's Day, as he's balancing the little pot with flowers on his head. And then this cute little baby holding a Be My Valentine. I did a little bit of trim up here and some red bling there. Okay, the next page I did a little collaging down here with some sequins and that burlap trim and one of the stamps and then a piece of cardstock, and made a little pocket out of it for another tuck spot, or a little tuck spot rather, with this little Valentine's Day. Down here we have some washi tape. We have more children's book page here. And then I just did the rest of that February and just collage that right on there, the February part. I had copied those, scanned them, and then copied them. This is just up here for interest. It's not a tuck spot, because I thought the images were so cute. Some more of that French writing paper, some tea stain paper. We have a little pocket in this other half of the glassine or craft sack. It says Happy Valentine's Day. And I tried to choose colors that kind of went with the bag. And then let me see what I have tucked in here. Just another piece of ephemera. But there's, as you can see, plenty of room to store more notes and things like that. Or take some of the items out of here, you know, and put them in there. But this is just fun to journal on all these pieces and put them back in the folder. And I call the larger ones, I call my desk sets. But this is really just a fun, you know, half loaded file folder. And then the offcut, we made the journal. Some more children's book page here. Then one of my little embellished paper clips has a little pocket with a little piece of ephemera here. It says tomorrow. It's got a little red bling. It's on some type of a vintagey red cardstock, and this is vintage music paper, and this can be moved throughout your book. And in here is another loaded envelope, and this has a Happy Valentine's Day seal on it, so that's for the recipient to open. And I just clipped it. There we go. Just clipped it to the top of the page. And that is more of that vintage French love letter paper, a doily heart, some coffee dyed paper, the other part of that cute postcard, a pink doily here, and then this cute little pocket, and this is kind of in the pink and red tones. And it says, I'll give you a bunny hug when you say yes. And we sewed around that yesterday or the day before. And this says to and from. And then this page, I just did a little stamp here just for interest, because I think this stands alone. This would be cute to mount a photo on. And then down here, I did some collaging out of some coffee dyed muslin and some more of that red burlap stuff, and this cute red flower with these little, what do you call those, stamens, and then there's a little bit of like interest in the middle of that. So the back page here, and then in this pocket I have this vintage piece of ephemera, which looks like it probably was a old calling card. And it just says, this card entitles the recipient to one sweet kiss from the sender. And here's the back of that. So that's just tucked in this little pocket, and for writing on, and this little love. So that is the cute little one signature journal and the loaded file folder. And I just wanted to tell you what's going to be next. Let me just grab I'm going to move on to some little children's books, or little golden books. And I acquired these on eBay, and I got a really good price. These three are truly, really old vintage. These well, they're all vintage. These are all in the 60s, between the late 50s, and I had showed I did a little share on this, I think, a few videos ago, and with another one. So I have all of these, and I'm not sure which ones I'm going to start with next for my little golden books, but what I really loved is these three that I just got in. And these are truly, I think this is pretty. Let me see. They could be the 50s. And they're in very good condition. 1953. Jack the Beanstalk. Look at that. You can tell they're old when they're written at the bottom like that, as opposed to like this. This one, just for a quick, it's 58. So it's a little new. It's a little newer than this. Here's a Snow White. And they did the little golden book over there. I think this might even be newer. 74. Yeah. So you can see the difference. So we have that one. We have this cute tawny scrawny lion. Hold on while I'm trying to drink more water. Okay, tawny, and this is another super old vintage. Whoops, let me find the date. This is 52. I'm really excited. They're very dirty. They're going to have to be cleaned up. Of course, I'll go through the process of how I take these apart and then reconstruct them to make a wider spine. And this is Thumbelina. This, I was excited to get this, and you can see the little name, little girl wrote her name in there at one time. And then this is 1953 again. Then I acquired these. I actually won these for I think they were $9 for the three of these. And these are the Family Treasury of Children's Stories. And I might use these book covers later down the road, which is rare for me because I usually make my own covers, but when I have a cover that's very interesting like this, I like to, you know, repurpose the entire book. But these I'll probably take some of these pages out and put them in, look at some of these illustrations. Put them right in the, say, Sleeping Beauty. These are all The Emperor's New Clothes. Wait a minute. I thought I saw Sleeping Beauty in here. The Plain Princess. I think I saw Sleeping Beauty. Snow White and Rose Red. So that would be fun to put that in the Snow White. Here's Cinderella. There's the carriage. So I just like these. They've got great images and really cool old book pages. Look at this. They're almost, see how worn the edges are? I mean, they're already distressed. So I've got that one. I have this one. And this is book 3. That was book 2. I'll show you book 1 in a minute. And look at even the inside front cover. These are great illustrations. Look at this, has a colored one in it. These are famous men and women here. That's Paul Revere and Paul Revere's Ride. Joan of Arc. So we've got that. So I'll be definitely making use of that. And the cover's in fairly good condition. I would have to come in and clean it really well and put corners on it. And of course, got the book and redo the spine. The spine's quite worn. And what I do with that, I'll make this out of a book. I'll make this into a bookmark. This piece here, because I will want this to be thicker. And this one is book 1, and you can see it's got the, I think this might be nursery rhymes from the looks of it. And this one, wow, this one's super old. Let me see the date. They might have, oh, look at this great music. The Muffin Man. Oh my goodness. I used to sing that to my, one of my oldest daughter. When I had her when I was quite young. I was 21, and I was still going to college, and she would go with me to college, and I would sing that on the way up. Do you know the Muffin Man? Here's the, yeah, this is a Mother Goose nursery rhymes. There's the old woman in the shoe. Look at these. These are great images. So the date, they're probably all from the same year, but let me see. This is 1956. So I was excited to win that in eBay. I had had my eye on them, and nobody else came in to... I wasn't bid one. I just bid. It was listed for like $4 and something. I thought, well, I'll just bid $9. If I get it, I get it. But it was free shipping. 1956. So that's what's up next, guys. So thanks so much for watching today, and I hope you saw the series, and you'll be joining me for the next. Okay, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.